Hello, welcome to the 199 Unlisted podcast. My name is Frank, and I'll be sitting here talking to you for a few minutes. As usual, wearing clothes. I'm wearing a Kakashi pullover. I got it from Amazon. So, Anna Ames, my favorite person to look at, finally put out a new video a day ago. She has 1K subs now. Can you believe that? She's been doing this YouTube thing for under a year. Already has 1K subs. I've been doing YouTube for 20 years. I have 160 subs. Let that sink in. And I've done thousands of videos. She's done nothing close to that. So once again, it's just luck. But it is what it is. Anyway, she has a new video called 1K Subs, Masters Next, and Cardi B Rant. I'm sure it's going to be good. Let's check it out.
Everyone, welcome back. I have a major life update. I hinted about it in my last video. I am going back to school. I'm getting my master's in
Come on. Why is that so funny? Why is it so funny when a stripper says she's going back to school to get her master's? Why is that so funny? You remember if all of us are up to date with the lore, I mean, if you're watching this video, it means you're a regular viewer. So if you're up to date with the lore, because it's been a while since she's made a video, you remember she met a lawyer at work, the strip club. She was stripping for a lawyer, and she was like, I'm going to be a lawyer. And she was studying for the bar, but that didn't work out. Anyway, so is she really going to go back to school? We'll see.
clinical mental health
Oh,
counseling.
God.
Yes, it has taken me a while to decide what I want to do, and I feel like I've been mainly influenced by what is recession proof, what would I be good at, and what can I do at 70 years old that I would still be good at. And
What is recession proof? Well, the first thing you should do is stop voting Democrat. I mean, that's just the bottom line. The way you vote does affect the economy, because usually left-leaning policies are about taxing people and giving hard-working Americans money to people who don't do anything. So lots of free benefits for just, illegal aliens, for example. If we didn't have any illegal aliens in this country, our tax dollars would go to a lot more, Americans. We wouldn't have to tax as much because we would have a lot less people on welfare and SNAP and EBT and Section 8, like that healthcare, it's just who you vote for matters. So, and then also, like, for example, right now, Donald Trump's the president, but remember, we had Biden, one of the worst presidents ever. It might take another 6 years to fix the financial damage that Biden did, because you have to take into account all the money that is being spent on these illegal aliens, and then think about, because it's roughly, because the numbers vary. Some say it's as much as he let in 25 million people. I've heard a lot of people say 20 million people, 15 million people. Anyway, the lowest number I heard is 15 million people. The highest number is 25 million. Anyway, most of those people were military age men. And most of those people, the ones that are working, which I don't know the percentage of that, but the ones that are working are taking jobs away from Americans. That's why ICE was is so good when it comes to your city, because they open up jobs for Americans, because illegals will work for cheaper and under the table, and then that takes a job away from an American that wants to work. Like there's plenty of Americans who would do construction work or day, or like like a day labor job. It's just the illegal immigrant will do it for half the price. So you know. Anyway, let me continue this video.
And transitioning from being a stripper to a therapist, it makes a lot of sense to me, and I feel like I've had a lot of practice within the.
Oh my God, is she kidding? So making the transition from being a stripper to a therapist is what? I sometimes think she's trolling, but anyway.
Past 2 years, and I have felt this sense of urgency, I guess, ever since really turning 25, because 24 felt like a joke a little bit. It was a good year for me. It's one of the best years I've had.
She is spending the most fertile years of her life being a whore. She is going to look back at these years and regret everything. We got to be honest, people. A woman's fertility, okay? The peak years for a woman to have a kid is 16 through 24. That is when, and it varies from each woman, but from 16 to 24, it's this 8-year window when you are at your peak fertility. That is your time to find the man you want to have a family with. That 8-year window, that is your peak. That is when you're the most attractive, because Mother Nature makes women the most attractive when they're the most fertile. That's why women in their 50s are not attractive. That's why girls, when they're 6 years old, aren't attractive. Mother Nature makes it that so we can reproduce as a species, they make women who are fertile attractive. So based on science, 19 is the age a woman is at her peak fertility. And so that's why women, when they're 19, are the most attractive, because that's the best time to have a kid. So imagine being a stripper during those years. So no man's gonna want her, and see, she won't find a man, because every man, every story she's told about a man has been bad. But like, would a stripper attract a good person? No. So I mean, it's I hope she quits the stripper job, but I mean, she's 25 now. The wall's coming, and she is one sandwich away from being fat. Like I haven't shown, like I haven't reacted to her other videos where like her like shorts where she's like dancing and stuff. And then like I've seen like her other pictures, like her like I went to her OnlyFans and stuff, and I am shocked she's a stripper, because she she really does look like she's one sandwich away from being a beach ball. But she needs to quit this job, this stripper job, as soon as possible, and maybe move to a different part of the city and just lie to the next guy that like dates her, and just you know never talk about her background of being a stripper, and get rid of the OnlyFans. Okay. Anyway.
I did a lot, but it was almost like, okay, great, back in business. My mom got married at 24, and I've done a lot of things very similar to my mother.
No, you
I
haven't.
think we have similar interests. I wouldn't say we have the same personalities, but we do have similar interests. She also became a counselor, but she became a Christian counselor, which is good for her. She's doing a lot of, you know, good work in the world, but it's very different from my beliefs. But we've done a lot of the similar things. So 24, for me being 24, it was like, God, I really hope I can get through this year without becoming my mother, without getting married.
Who's gonna marry a stripper? She is living in Delulu land. Who would want to marry a stripper? I know there's porn stars that are married, but then come on, really?
And eventually I do want to be married, but I when I looked back at my mom's life as a kid, I just felt like my dad kind of came in, and then all of her ambition and the things that she wanted, I just felt like the men in her life really just steered her away from all of that. But anyways, that's what the year 24 felt like to me. So the year 25, it felt like it feels very urgent, especially with the way things are in the world, especially with my own life. And I feel like I finally have come out of a 2 year long grieving process.
Oh God. The rants and ramblings of a stripper. Okay, this is. I know I say this every time. I don't know if she's trolling. I don't know if this is her acting. Because I don't know.
Um, yeah, and that was difficult. And I was having a conversation with someone about that, and I was just talking about how I felt like my drive has been dead for the last 2 years, and that I just didn't want to keep being sad about what has happened, because it wasn't just I went through rape and abortion 2 years ago. I just had the anniversary 2 weeks ago.
How many times are we gonna go through this? But anyway, if you've seen the last 5 videos where she's mentioned this, she dated a client. It's we don't have to go through this like every time, but anyway, it was one of those situations where it was like retroactive, like, well, we broke up, I don't like him, so it was sexual assault. Go back to like the last three videos of her that we've reacted to, because like we can't go through the story for a fifth time, but nothing happened to her, but she did get an abortion.
And then after that came up, I felt like I was processing all of my um, childhood stuff. And I talk about this a lot. But you know what? One day, a few years from now, I'm going to look back at all the videos I made. And it's going to be like a little blueprint for me. I was thinking about that actually. Because
And you know what? And I'm gonna go back in a few years and look at all the videos that I reacted to of you and laugh.
one of the people I look up to most is Cardi B. And I was
Oh
thinking about,
God, what the hell? Cardi B might be the worst person to look up to. If I can think of people that I would not want or me, whatever, to look up to, it's definitely Cardi B. You gotta be kidding.
if Cardi B made like PDF files of her come up, like of every month of where she was spending money, what she was investing in, like where her energy was going, what events she was showing up to. If she did that from like age 18 to where she is now, I would buy it. I don't care how much it costs. I would buy that. And I was thinking about that and I was like, you know what? I guess that's kind of what this channel is.
They were saying the Cardi B was actually works for the CIA because they prompt up black people, like, like black people like her, who are, horrible examples of what to be, because like the dumb people, like the people whose personality is my race is my personality. Okay, so those people will follow Cardi B and try to be like Cardi B. And so what does Cardi B sing about? And like what does she promote? Look at her lifestyle. It's, it's bad. Look at her past, it's bad. And so people who look up to her and strive to be like her will, go down a dark path. And they were giving examples of like the CIA prompting up people like Cardi B to be a bad example for youth, to basically get rid of them. It's kind of like population control, I guess. You can look that up and do your own research. There's thousands of videos on YouTube where people do a deep dive of famous people that the government made famous because they would set a bad example to a certain demographic and lead them down the wrong path.
Um, Accidentally. Uh, but yes, I've tried very hard not to become my mother. It feels a little weird to be getting the same master's degree, but I'm not done. I'm not done. This is my safety net. And what I realized too is with the grieving of what happened, oh, that was the other thing. So all that shit happened, and then it was like all my childhood trauma came when I was depressed about
Oh my
that.
god, her childhood was great. Once again, I know, every time. Childhood trauma. My parents couldn't afford a nice car because they spent all of their money to send me to a private school. God, I feel so sorry for her. That sounds horrible. Childhood trauma, if this is true. Her two older sisters are autistic, and she took care of them. I mean, I that you know, I don't know. I guess that's trauma.
And that was a lot to work through. God, I'm cramping so bad. And then 25 came. I did have
She probably had a train ran on her. It is what it is.
many conversations with people where it was kind of like, okay, it's time to pick something to just get a move on, because I can't dance forever. I am only 25.
Dude, I mean, I can't be a whore forever. Okay, being a stripper obviously is based on your looks. Okay, so the older you get, the harder it is to maintain those looks. What makes you attractive is being young. That's just, let's just be honest. What makes you attractive is being young. And right now at 25, there's 18 and 19-year-old strippers that are a lot better looking than you. You are considered old to be a stripper. What are you doing? You are considered old. And then she said a lap dance costs $10. She's dancing naked on some guy's lap for $10. I mean, that is peak. That is peak 304. And you wonder why she can't find a good man. Hookers on the street do, sex work, whatever you want to call it, for $10. The only difference here is that you do it in a club. It's like, what are you doing?
But it's been 2 years of doing it. And I'm tired. I'm tired. I can keep going, but I don't want to be 30 and doing it. So I've just been in.
I bet you any amount of money, she will be 30 and stripping. Because I don't think she understands the loop she's in. Like the reason why she can't do other stuff is because she is stripping. Being a stripper is like having a 2-ton weight tied to your ankle and you're trying to run. Okay? You're not going to get anywhere.
This like urgent mindset of what else am I going to do? I want to make more videos about the lie that women are taught that they can just find a rich man and that man will take care of them. Um,
Who I mean is that I don't know if that's what the average woman thinks. I'm just going to find a rich man to take care of me. But if you weren't a stripper, weren't a sex worker, didn't have an OnlyFans, your chance of that happening is a lot greater. You don't find a rich man to take care of you when you're a sex worker. You do find one when you're a barista at Starbucks, though. You do.
because I feel like I spent quite a bit of time exploring that.
You did?
And I feel like the only way you can find that and it work for you is if you've already built yourself up, at least to like an upper middle class
What are you talking
standard.
about?
Then you can find a rich man. But
Men don't care about a woman's status, job, education. Men care about a woman's fertility, a woman's personality. So, is she basically men want to pick me? So all the things that like ugly chicks and feminists when they make fun of a girl and call her a pick me, that's what guys want. Guys want to pick me. And a pick me isn't a girl boss. A pick me isn't a strong woman. Because when someone describes himself as a strong, independent woman, all that really means is I'm unattractive to men. Because men don't want a strong woman. Because strong is a male trait. Men like femininity. So basically a trad woman and real trad woman, not this Laura Trump Fox News bullshit. A woman that, cooks, cleans, takes care of the home. And is nice to the man. Supports the man. And then the man will support her and take care of her and protect her. And obviously, the man is not going to do that with a sex worker or a girl that has OnlyFans. See, she is dumb. For some reason, she thinks the only way to get a rich man is to be a girl boss and be middle class. Like, what are you talking about? Like, Matt Damon married a waitress he met at a diner. Well, you know why? Because he was attracted to her. She was young. She was hot. I mean, it's like that's all the qualifications you need to find a rich man.
but you're not gonna find a rich man while you're struggling. Um,
She gives the worst advice.
yeah. So in the midst of all of my grief, I used to be a very disciplined person. I did a lot in a short amount of time. I graduated college a year early. It was supposed to be a year and a half early. I worked the whole time I was in college. I've been working jobs since I was 14. Ugh! God, these fucking cramps!
God, this train that got ran on me.
Anywho, the discipline, there's so much I want to do with my life, with acting, with singing. But none of it is going to pay me very well until I'm at a point where uh, my name means something. So I have to make my name mean something first. And I am going back to school to get my master's. I mapped it out. I should be done. Are you okay? Is your ear bothering you? His ears are probably dirty again. Is it the pollen? The pollen reaper? But doing my master's, I think, will give me a sense of drive and purpose. It's going to be a lot to pay for that and pay for my life at the same time, because I don't want to acquire any debt at all. At all. So we shall see. But yeah, I was having a conversation too with my best friend, and she's in medical school right now, and she's inspired me more than any other person I know, just with how hard she's worked. And she often questions her path too, and I've seen her make so many sacrifices because I lived with her. We were roommates for like a year. I've seen her make so many sacrifices for what she has wanted, and her still question whether or not, if it'll all be worth it. And I think it will be. And she and I were talking about just how people make their own choices. Like, I have several friends who are struggling financially, but then have taken many vacations and are not working. And I listen. I think that's my problem too. I think I enable people a little bit. But I listen to all of the things that are going wrong in their life without really seeing where they could improve and do better. And I think I was better.
I stopped listening a long time ago, so I have nothing to say. I just wanted to make that perfectly clear. I I all that went in one ear and out the other. I'm like, what is this? What is the point of this video? 1K subs, Masters next, and Cardi B rant. How much longer is this video? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Better at doing that like several years ago, but after experiencing like all the grief, I don't know, it was hard to get back up. But now I'm back
What are you
up,
talking about?
and I don't know if the path I'm choosing is correct. I have no idea, but I know it leads to money, and I can balance it with.
You're a stripper and have an OnlyFans. Of course the path you're on is wrong. You've made nothing but bad decisions. So this is another bad decision. You have literally made 0 good decisions. You giving advice is comical. Please stop.
With what I have going on now, and I do need some type of direction.
Oh boy.
And it wouldn't even be forever. It would just be until I have a stable career for the next 10, 15 years. Then I could buy another business, and then I could make money off of that business. I could buy a house with it too. I just want to give myself more options. I don't want to be limited by what I'm doing now and then only have to quit it by 30. Like, in a perfect world, I would be the next Cardi B, but it is not a perfect
What
world.
the fuck?
It is not. And the only way for me to get myself out of the rut that I'm currently in is to work harder. Because when I work hard...
Who the hell wants to grow up to be Cardi B? Man, these horrible role models really do, or I mean, really are black holes for idiots. It's amazing.
It's like a different thing just switches in my brain, I'm no longer looking for someone to save me. I'm not obsessing over men. I'm not obsessing over the future and different possibilities. I don't care so much about drama or what's going on with friends and girlfriends and all that. Like, when I'm just focused on the shit that I have to do, and then it's pressing, and then I just do better. and then I'm able to add more to that. But when I'm in a rut where it's like, oh gosh, I'm on my fucking period, this shit sucks, this man is having his own temper tantrum on the side and I don't want to be around it, and my friends are broke, and um, the strip club is slow. Like when I'm just in that, I, I just crush under it. But when I'm in the, okay, I need to get accepted by this date, I need to send in all of these documentations so I can get 25% off of my discount for being a first responder for what I did for my work as an RA. When I am in that mindset of like, okay, how am I going to pay for this? Let me make a 3-year plan of how I'm going to do it solely. Let me make a 5-year plan of how I'm going to make close to 100K eventually a year. When I'm in that mindset, I just add more and more onto it naturally. And I feel like I've become someone else. So, yes, I have started running again. Ooh. I have started running again with Reaper. Today is our run day. I can't fucking do it. These cramps are so bad. Today's our run day. I'm excited about the Masters. Thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. This is
Yeah, I'm really concerned about it's her 1,000 subs. I mean, once again, good for her. I've been doing it for the current channel I have is at least 10 years old. Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure the current channel I have is like 10 years old, I think. And once again, it only has like 168 subs. I mean, I'm glad I have those subs. But considering all the videos I have, I am shocked I don't have at least, and I'm not kidding. I'm shocked I don't have at least 10K subs. I thought I thought people would love my content because I think it's funny. I watch my podcast or listen to them. But once again, it's all based on luck. But I am shocked that she, who gives horrible advice, has 1K subs already. I'm shocked. Like, what is she doing? And nothing. What is she doing to get the subs? Because, I can only compare her to me. I am 20 times more entertaining than her. And it's not even the amount of content. I've seen people who put out a video once a month and have 1 million subs. I mean, like, I'm not saying more content means you're better, but I'm just saying, like, I have thousands of these, podcast videos. I'm not counting the gameplay videos. I'm just counting like the podcast stuff or vlogs, whatever. I have like thousands of those, and I can't get 1K subs. It's so weird. It's so weird.
so exciting. I need to put out more videos that are, I guess, more clickable so I can get my watch time hours up because I won't be monetized until I have 3,000 more watch hours. I think I have like 300 because it resets after a certain amount of time. Bless you, pumpkin. Yes. But yes, and I'm excited about this year because I feel like I've made so many decisions that I was wishy-washy on, especially with my mom getting married at 24. It almost felt like a curse. Like it felt like that was the year I was going to be a woman and then my life would be over.
What are you talking about? Can we get this video over with?
And now I'm 25 and nothing bad happened. And I don't want to live with it.
No, you turned 25. That is bad. The wall. The wall. You're about to hit the wall. You know that, right? Half your eggs are gone by 25.
A man. Not until I have like a really big house. But I don't want to live with a man. I don't want to be around a man constantly. And to be honest, my friends that don't have a lot of money, they talk more about dating, they talk more about their relationship problems, and I love them all very much. I just don't want to be like that. I want to be worried about money. I want to be someone. And I think when I was younger, I thought everything was going to happen to me, for me, by this age. And then I thought, if it didn't happen for me, it would pass me by. But I don't think that way anymore. I think I can have everything I want within the next 5 years, and I will be 100%
Oh
for
my
sure wealthy
God.
within the next 10. It's just going to take a lot of work. A lot of work. And actually, someone inspired me recently. I met this woman, and um, she gave me VIP tickets to my first ever professional basketball game. It was Hawks versus the Celts, and that was Celts or whatever, Celtics. That was Monday, and we went to the VIP section, and she got it through her work. And I was just learning more about her, and she was a single mother at 23. She had been married, and then
Oh God. What? Does anyone? How does this get 1,000 subs? What? Knowing knowing how the world works, something's gonna happen where she's gonna have a quote unquote viral vid, and she's gonna jump from like whatever 1,500 subs to like 10,000 subs like in a month. I would not be surprised. And then I'll probably maybe have 200 subs. I think I could do YouTube for another 30 years and I might get 300 subs. That's how that's how that's how much the cards are stacked against me. Like I know I'm shadow banned probably because I had opinions like, there's only two genders. And then like back when the Biden laptop thing came out, I'm like, yeah, it's real. And like, let me tell you what's on it because other people said what was I was just reporting what independent news. I had sources. Um, like all the stuff I said about COVID, that was correct, but you know, it went against the narrative. So like, I know I'm being shadow banned because like you can't put out as many videos as I've put out and only have and for all these years and only have 160 subs. That makes no sense. But I bet you if I started doing videos and was like, I don't know, talking about trans rights or something like that, I'd probably have a lot more subs. But whatever.
out of a bad relationship, and then it was two kids, and then seeing where she's at now, because she had her first kid at like 19, and then she had to move back in with her dad, who was also raised her as a single parent, and seeing where she's at now after all of the things that she went through, because that was only like 20 years of work, and now she's running. I don't want to like say too much, but she's
You have a really bad habit of saying way too much. You remember that one video where she was talking about a client and talked about like where he lived and then talked about his wife and like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? People don't want the world to know that they're associating with a stripper. It doesn't matter if you're friends, it doesn't matter if you're a client. That's something people don't want. if this woman has a real job, a serious job, it makes her look really bad that she's friends with a stripper. What are you doing?
She's running a big business, and I respect what she's doing. But it all came from her working and seeing her socialize with people that were very wealthy and upper class, and then seeing how well she just like meshed with them. Like, it just really inspired me. Like, to go from being,
Dude, this chick is so obsessed with money. It's so weird. She's so obsessed with money.
I feel like a low point to that. I just, I don't blame myself for being so sad these past 2 years. I don't blame myself for taking forever to get back up. But I think it's time to move on. I just found out something that was disturbing too. I'm pretty sure I have two older sisters. They both have
Oh,
autism.
we know.
And I've been trying to reach one of my sisters for the past several months. And apparently she's been trying to reach me too. And I just assumed she didn't want to talk to me. And we FaceTimed for the first time ever yesterday. And I had a dream that morning too, that right before she called me, I had a dream that she had been killed in my dream, and everyone else in my dream was spared, and it was like this serial killer. And then eventually she came back alive, and like we were all hiding from the serial killer. And then she called me like an hour later, and I ended up showing her how to FaceTime because she had an Android before, and now she has an iPhone. And I got to give her a tour of my apartment and my dog, but she was telling me that everyone's number was connecting in her phone except for mine, and that she had to get my dad to fix her phone. So it sounds like my dad blocked me from my sister's phone.
Good. Because why would you want your autistic daughter to interact with a stripper? I love it.
And my sister, she's about to turn 30. She's in a home part time in Texas with my other sister because they both have autism and they're both like gonna go into the home. And I appreciate that my parents are doing the right thing and they're, um, you know, providing, and that my sisters are safe. But yeah, that was very disturbing and very upsetting. And normally anything with my family sends me into like a couple weeks long depression. And um yeah, I'm just tired of being sad about it. I just want to move on. I want to get the money and the power and the respect and move on.
Is she quoting Paul Walker from Fast and the Furious? But if I win, I get the cash and the respect. To some people, that's more important.
I'm very inspired by Cardi B. Oh, so much.
Because you're a
Just
fucking
seeing
dumbass.
her and what she has become and all the judgment she went through.
Oh God.
I was dating this guy in
No
December, and
one
I remember,
cares.
like, I think he asked me who my favorite rapper was, and I said Cardi B, and he was like, "Really?
You have bad
She put
taste.
out one album in 5 years."
Maybe he said 7 years. I really don't remember. It was a bunch of BS out of his mouth. That's what I remember. You know, when people talk about you, they say the same thing. It was a bunch of BS out of her mouth. That's what I remember.
And I was like, "Yeah, but look at where she started, and look at how much public opinion has changed of her within the last 3, 4 months." Yeah.
I have no idea. I know nothing about Cardi B other than she used to be a stripper and like rob men. Uh, but the only public opinion stuff I've heard of her is that she's a 304, and like her husband or whatever is has a bunch of other girlfriends, but she's okay with it. I mean, if you really look at Cardi B, she's nasty. She's like, I mean, if you take away the makeup, and when I talk about women, I talk about them when I'm referring to a woman's looks. I always refer to the looks without makeup because that's what I like, and I find women more attractive without makeup. So without makeup, uh, she's repulsive. That's just the only way I can describe Cardi B.
Yeah, with her, or no, I think he said 2 albums with 5 years. I think she had just released the album and then she didn't go on the tour yet. And then on the tour, you've seen her everywhere. And just seeing how people have disrespected her over time, even after like massive success.
Look what she sings about. Look how she carries herself. So she doesn't respect herself. So what? People don't respect people that don't respect themselves. That's why people don't respect strippers or sex workers, because if you're a sex worker, you obviously don't respect yourself. I keep saying this, a barista at Starbucks is is a respectable job. I would take a like if Anna Ames was a barista at Starbucks, I would actually take her advice seriously. Because, it's like, just like a regular job is a job. So like, if she gives advice, I'm like, okay, she's just a regular person. But if you're a sex worker giving advice, I'm like, no, I'm not listening to you.
It takes a lot to have that many kids, you know? It takes a lot to be with a man who puts you through all of that and then to be with another one and just seeing things like go horribly wrong for her and she's still come out on top.
She's an industry plant.
And it's just so funny because I have a Cardi B tattoo. Well, let me see if I can I'll show you guys without showing you my tit. It's my Get Up 10 tattoo.
What the fuck? She has a Cardi B tattoo. Oh boy. See, but like, look at her. That is. She has the arms of a 42-year-old wine mom. Who's like 20 pounds overweight. That's what I keep saying. She's like one sandwich away from being a beach ball.
And it's from her song Get Up 10, and she talks about just basically her going from the strip club to being successful, and the very last line in there is had me down 9 times but I get up 10, look myself in the mirror. And I say we gonna win.
I hope there's a hard R N bomb with that verse. Please say it. No?
Yeah,
Okay.
biggest inspiration because I've been dancing for 2.5 years, right? And I've had
Don't
that
brag.
tattoo, and so many
Don't
people have
brag.
asked me
I was 20 when I got the tat.
about it, and there's been times where I haven't wanted to explain the true nature of it because this is the business of men, right? So the business of men, they're going to have opinions of her, they're going to disrespect her, and that has been it's my period, I'm emotional. But
You're just stupid. But okay.
that has been my idol, and yeah.
See, stuff like this really makes me think this is her acting real. Because if you can say with a straight face your idol is Cardi B and not laugh, hey, you deserve an Oscar. Like, that is peak acting. I will say. So if this really is her acting role, I'm impressed.
It's just so inspiring to see things go terribly wrong for her and her still get up and her be
Oh god,
who she is.
Such a
Like, I can
douchebag.
do the same.
You are a douchebag.
Because what happened 2 years
In
ago
this
felt like a
fucking
death
video.
sentence.
Jesus
It really
Christ.
did. And instead, I just became more beautiful.
No, what? No, you've gotten worse. You realize you're getting older, right? You looked better at 23 than you do now. I've seen the pics. You look better 2 years ago. Just saying. You are running into the wall really fast. You're about to hit it. It's going to be really hard to get tips at that strip club. You'll see pretty soon.
uh, yeah, that's my life update, though. Thank you guys for 1,000 subscribers. There will be more. As I get my shit together, there will be more. Toodaloo!
Guys, she has 1,000 subs. Sub to my channel. This is ridiculous. Anyway, there's really not much else to say, right? This video is special, very special. Anyway, well, have a good Monday, have a good Tuesday, have a good Wednesday, have a good Thursday, have a good Friday, have a good week, have a good weekend, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.